travel? We got all the travel buzz here on Smart People Travel Wise with Alvin Adriano on PHLV Radio.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Smart People Travel Wise. Welcome to the 1st of February, and it's always so exciting to get to this month because, love is in the air. But for those who are not in the travel industry, the first few months of the year is what we call the wave season. And well, this is when most of all travel is really booked. People who are over the cold, ready for white sandy beaches, crystal clear water, and of course, sober drinks and of fun. But we're going into the month of February, and it's all about love and romance. This is where you'll see many brides begin planning for their dream destinations, their dream weddings. Did you know that December and January are the two hottest months to propose? Well, that brings in the case with honeymoons, destination weddings, and the sort. We're going to take a deep dive and learn more about this growing sector. But first, welcome again. My name is Alvin Adriano, CEO of TravelWise International and the host of today's show. Here we chat about travel professionals, about their different perspectives in travel, and we open the doors and take you behind the scenes and give you insight on some of the most amazing destinations around the world. Now, let's take a poll, and for any of the viewers or listeners out there, if you're ready to travel, drop in the comments, #ReadyToTravel. I know all of us are all over the cold and, of course, the lockdowns. But if you're ready to travel, make sure to #ReadyToTravel. So love is in the air and love shall never be denied. And today we'll talk about how love prevails. We'll talk to an industry expert about romance and the destination wedding market and learn how AIC Hotel Group has innovated during the pandemic. It's going to be a great conversation. So let me give a short introduction to Luke Majewski. Luke has been in the travel industry for over 9 years, specializing specifically on the Caribbean and Mexico destination wedding market. He is one of the industry's top young leaders who focuses on enhancing sales, marketing, and the overall promotion of its brand while supporting the travel advisor of tomorrow. He also has an extensive background in small business marketing and entrepreneurship, and is also a resource for business owners in implementing and executing marketing plans. Please welcome Mr. December of the 2022 hottest bachelors of the travel industry, my dear friend, Luke.
How's it going, Alvin? Thanks for having me.
What's going on, Luke? How are you, man? Where are you and what you doing, man?
I'm in Houston, and I think we picked a good month because last week I happened to book 7 destination weddings to Mexico. So we're
amazing.
Yeah, we're right on topic. So this is perfect.
We're right into February, and the beginning of the year is always, people are questioning what's going on, how are they going to plan their travel, and I always like to bring it up because, like you said, romance continues to thrive during the pandemic. How are destination weddings really going in this market right now?
We're busier than we've ever been. We're already on pace to have more weddings than we did in 2019 before the pandemic ever started. So I think the pandemic has led to kind of appreciation for travel. Mm-hmm. And like you said, the need to and the want to, and what better place to celebrate, a new marriage than in paradise.
Yeah. Being in lockdown, I guess it either strengthens or I guess dissipates your bond for each other. But during this time, people are so fortunate to be able to take the time and see the world together. Why do you think romance and destination weddings have really endured during the pandemic?
So I think for the young couples and even the older couples, because we do vow renewals, and a lot of people are celebrating their 40th anniversary down with us. So it's a very similar process, and not many people have gotten the chance to get married on a beach or with that backdrop. So I think that's brought a lot of pleasure and want to go down there and experience that. But also, I think the biggest thing, especially with even our brands, is your guests get a vacation. So that's even a bigger asset to hosting a destination wedding, is you're providing your friends and family a vacation experience as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think that's the new, we're talking about meaningful, purposeful travel, how you can, I guess, involve your friends and family into the experience as well. And I think destination weddings does all of that all in one. You talked about brand. And so, I wanted to mention brand because, everyone knows Hard Rock, but Hard Rock is under an umbrella called AIC Hotel Group, correct?
Yeah, so there's a good separation of the Hard Rock brand, the T-shirts you see, and you always see one in the airport. So Hard Rock International was originally the founder of Hard Rock Cafe in London. And we're actually independently owned by a Mexican family. So we work with Hard Rock International on our hotels, but at the end of the day, we are our own entity. And so we do have the only all-inclusive luxury Hard Rock hotels in the world. So the cafes and the domestic hotels and everything internationally is on its own. So that's how we separate the two.
And so when travelers are going for the first time in a Hard Rock resort, what is the type of experience? Is it going to be the same, or what can travelers expect?
I think the unique part about our brand is obviously the Hard Rock name that's associated with music. It's also associated with fun. But what we like to do is everyone kind of gets treated the same. You get the same quality of service, the same premium alcohol, gourmet dining. Even our lead-in room categories have 24-hour room service and in-room mini bars, and then access to all specialty restaurants. So, no pun intended, but you're going to feel like a rock star no matter what suite you stay in.
That's awesome. People are looking for those amenities and to be treated, with that extra enhancement or service. But I think people always, they want to be treated differently, especially after this lockdown, not knowing what will happen in their lives. And being able to celebrate this joyous occasion is always people's highlight in their lives. But when people are considering, we're talking about destination weddings and romance travel, you think about the rockstar experiences and the brand that the branding that Hard Rock has done. How does Hard Rock really separate that experience and really make it a memorable occasion for the brides and for the groom?
I think the biggest thing for us is we focus on the whole experience from arrival to departure. You'll see tons of advertisement for these beautiful beach weddings from every brand across the Caribbean and Mexico. I mean, we'll all admit we do beautiful beach weddings. No one's going to admit otherwise. But what about the rest of the trip? What about that reception that you're going to make memories, from the dancing to the nighttime activities? What about pre-wedding, when grandma and grandpa are going down the water slides with the little grandkids, or your aunt and uncle leave their kids behind and go on a romantic dinner at our Italian restaurant, or you got the bride and groom sitting at the swim-up bar having a good time with their old college friends. Those are the memories that I think we don't talk about enough in the destination wedding process, because we're so focused on, we must have a beautiful ceremony. At the end of the day, to keep it real, that ceremony lasts 30 minutes.
Wow.
And what you're going to remember as the bride and groom or the couple is that ceremony. But everyone else is going to remember all the other memories. So, they're not hanging up those pictures of you and your, newlyweds on their mantle. That's in your house. So you're getting that well-rounded, balanced, fun, no matter the ages, from little kids to 7-year-old grandmothers. We're family friendly, and there's something for every age group.
I love that. When we think, you're right, the ceremony, we put so much emphasis on the ceremony, but it's only 30 minutes, and especially on a destination wedding, when you're trying to incorporate every emotion, every experiences for all the travelers who come to support your wedding. Being able to wrap around the overall experience is great. I mean, you talk about being able to relax, enjoy outside of the ceremony. You're right. A lot of people don't realize that overall experience is really what translates into the success of that wedding. So, when people are just contemplating the differences or the pros and cons from having a regular wedding, on wherever they're at, or a destination wedding, what are some of the benefits that really pop out for people on the fence?
I mean, I think the biggest benefit, and we all know weddings cost money. Mm-hmm. And when you do a destination wedding, I think you alleviate some of that. And, you're getting RSVPs a little bit faster and commitments a little bit longer. And I think the pandemic, not to go off subject, has showcased the quality of using a travel agent and a professional to help you, diagnose not only the destinations, but all the different brands. I mean, we've been to the hotel zone in Cancun. There's probably over 150 different hotels.
Yeah.
What's to say one's different from the other? So, you know, the agent community is providing that education. Our wedding planners in our Miami office are providing the education on the wedding process. And then the couple's kind of alleviating the worry of, I need to book this, I need to book that. Oh, this venue's not available. When in essence, all of those vendors and partners we already have on property. So they're preferred with us. I mean, we could do everything from a rock star ride, which is like a souped up golf cart, to you can parachute in Punta Cana on the beach for your ceremony if that's what you want.
So full customization. I mean, during the pandemic, did you guys innovate in any different ways? Did you find any new ways to target brides and grooms to come down to Mexico to have their wedding?
Yeah, so I think going from 2019 to 2020, we were already innovating our packages, and then obviously COVID-19 hit. But what we were doing is creativity seems to be at the forefront for all the brides and couples. So we customize our own packages. So you have two options. You start with what we call a free complimentary wedding, which is kind of the basic bare bones, white linens, white chairs, minimal decor. And then you build it using your Pinterest page, whatever, TikTok, Instagram, whatever you got. And our planners will help you put that into a dream. Or we have pre-selected collections where you can use some of our decor that's been already designed by our professionals. But now we also let you customize that. So if you like flowers from one collection, you can put it into the other collection and so on and so on. That way you still get that little customization touch.
Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. You know, when we talk about like, you know, people planning trips, people are still unsure. They're not as confident. But you just mentioned that you just booked 7 destination weddings. You're talking about, you know, people planning out. You know, how busy is the romance travel market right now, and how far are people booking?
It's huge. I mean, we're getting requests for 2024.
Oh, shit.
We're not really taking requests for 2024, but we're obviously acknowledging that opportunity. But we're getting a lot of requests for 2022. I think since the pandemic started, Mexico has always been open. I think, you know, whatever news channels you watch or read, sometimes everyone was under the assumption the border was closed. You could always fly to Mexico. So now we just have to work together with our travel advisors on making sure the consumer has the best education on the entry requirements, the exit requirements. You know, with the new variants, we have changed our testing. So you're testing 24 hours before departure versus 72 hours before. So I think our countries as a whole have done a good job, whether it's Mexico or the Dominican Republic, making it very easy to travel down. We also have medical assistance for the post-quarantine if you do test positive on site. Travel insurance is probably the hottest commodity these days, with airline changes and then whatever changes to schedule people have. But I think we provide a comfort level. And, you know, like you mentioned, our Hard Rock brand, it's one of the most top 15 recognizable logos in the world. Mm-hmm. So there is a comfort level of working with a large, well-known brand as well.
Yeah, there is. I mean, and I love being, because when you see Hard Rock, you definitely understand what you expect. There's an expectations of what the experience is going to be like. But you mentioned Mexico and DR never closing, and it being a Mexican company. How many properties do you guys have, and where are all the properties located?
So we currently have 5 in Mexico. Mm-hmm. We have Cancun, Riviera Maya, Vallarta, and Riviera Nayarit, Los Cabos, and then in the Dominican Republic, we have Hard Rock Punta Cana. But we also, to make it a little bit more confusing for you and your viewers, we have Unico 2087, which is a brand we created from the ground up in 2017. Okay. It's an adults-only luxury hotel, so we do great destination weddings there as well. We've also partnered with Nobu, so we have 3 Nobu hotels in Miami, Chicago, and Los Cabos.
And so Can we talk about Unico just a little bit, since it's a new concept? So what is the concept of Unico? Is it more of the edgy, rock and roll type of thing, or what's the ambiance there?
So it's completely separate from Hard Rock. It's its own brand. It was mainly created by women. So, there's going to be little elements and design to the amenities that cater to everyone. Because, you and I probably didn't think of a full-length mirror. I would have never put one in the room. Couldn't care less. But for the ladies getting ready, there's one behind the door. Should you open kind of the bathroom, I guess you would call them windows, you look right into the ocean. Same thing, just these little touches. So what we found the market was missing back then was a modern Mexican all-inclusive hotel, which sounds so strange giving all the all-inclusive hotels in Mexico. But, there's a lot of modern hotels. But there's a difference, I think, when you pull up in nature, you're surrounded by nature in Riviera Maya and Mexican art and tradition and locally inspired ingredients. The top chefs from the region, cooking made to order gourmet food. Our mixologist, Luis, came to us from a high-end hotel in Ritz-Carlton. He's crazy enough that he creates his own syrups and bitters and grows his own peppers for margaritas.
Wow.
It's an elevated experience, from everything from the rooms to the food to the drinks, but in a relaxed setting. So we called it relaxed luxury with a Mexican touch.
No, I believe that. I feel like you're incorporating the environment, the culture, the traditions all into one hotel, and incorporating, the preferences or the luxuries of travelers who are coming to Mexico. And so where's Unico located?
It's located in Riviera Maya, about 90 minutes south of Cancun Airport, basically halfway between Tulum, which is like the hottest new destination, and Playa del Carmen.
Awesome. And you also mentioned Nobu hotels. And so those are, you said Chicago, Miami, Los Cabos. Are those similar in as well as all-inclusive hotels as well?
So those are not all-inclusive. So those are what you and I call in the industry EP. So most U.S. hotels, there's very rarely you'll see an all-inclusive. So it's kind of pay as you stay, and it's got the famed Nobu restaurant at each of the properties, and then more of an Asian minimalistic feel, very zen, very relaxing, kind of rejuvenation focused.
Oh, wow. So you guys have a wide range of markets that you guys are targeting, you guys that bring down people to Mexico, but really be able to have your concepts incorporated in all the different brands. So all the features in Hard Rock, I know that's your main brand that you guys are pushing right now, but is there any highlights and features that really distinguishes the Hard Rock resorts from all the other all-inclusives?
I think the biggest thing is, starting this year, I kind of went on this tirade of talking about what do travelers want? Because we always think about that, and you're reevaluating as a travel agent, and you're profiling your clients so you fit them in with the right brands and destinations. Everyone wants gourmet good food. Everyone wants great quality mixology, great accommodations, whether that's spacious or beachfront, oceanfront, great pool vibes, and then great beach. So to me, those are the core 5 things. And there's a ton of brands out there that provide those. So with Hard Rock and the all-inclusive hotels we have, you're going to get those 5. And now what's next? One of the pillars for Hard Rock International that we believe in is fun. I think that's the biggest thing is, even though you may say you want to go away for 7 days and do nothing, by the 3rd day, your natural ability to want to do things kicks in. So that could be excursions, that could be the spa,
Exactly.
that could be a live band at the pool.
Yeah.
Live rock karaoke in the lobby.
Yeah.
And to break the mold, we aren't just rock music. My fellow Texans will appreciate hearing this. We play country music. We play hip hop. We play classic. We play oldies. The coolest job, I think, at any hotel worldwide is our vibe managers. Their job is to literally control the vibe of all of our common areas. So the pools, the bars, the restaurants, the lobby areas, and they look into the demographics of who's staying with us and cater our entertainment to those guests.
Oh, that's so amazing. I mean, that's so important to have people just keep the energy going, because, I mean, that's what you're on vacation. You want the energy, the vibe to keep going. But you guys also have concerts on your properties too, right?
Yeah, so if, this is the perfect example. It's starting to feel a little normal. Maroon 5 will be performing at Hard Rock Punta Cana April 16th. So we do both small size concerts, we do large concerts, but then in Maroon 5's case, we actually build them a professional stage right next to our hotel. And then even if you're not staying at Hard Rock, you can actually purchase tickets to the concert.
Oh my God. And so are the concerts free for guests staying at Hard Rock?
At times they are. Sometimes they'll include tickets with some suites and promotional opportunities. Otherwise, they are open to the public for sale.
How amazing is that? Go on vacation and you see some of your favorite bands right there.
Yep.
That's amazing. Awesome, man. Awesome. So, I mean, what's going on? You guys have anything in the pipeline for 2022? I know there's a lot travel resurging. People are talking about travel coming back. But what did AIC Travel Group really invest in, and what are we going to see in this year?
So I think the most unique thing is, and you've probably experienced this, during 2020, there was a lot of cancellations, a lot of rebooking. Hotels were just trying to figure out what's next. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, our ownership group was busy renovating our hotels. The two biggest renovations are Hard Rock Punta Cana. Mm-hmm. Will have a complete renovation done by the end of this year, but most of it will be done by April, including a brand new water park. So, and then Hard Rock Riviera Maya to go with our new trend, and one of the popular trends in our industry, swim-up suites. We just added 2 buildings worth of swim-up suites on what we call our Heaven adult-only side. So as everyone's trying to figure it out, we're just trying to make a better experience for our guests, including 3 new restaurants at Hard Rock Riviera Maya coming in April.
Yeah, a lot of brands, a lot of companies reinvested their money inside to just figure out how they can be more provide more value coming out of the pandemic. And I'm so glad that Hard Rock and AIC really invested in themselves. How often do you guys update your hotels and your services at your hotels?
I think what's unique about us is, in the industry, the kind of norm is you close down a hotel, then refurbish it and keep it updated. We do kind of ongoing maintenance, ongoing refurbishments. And so you're always going to get that world-class service, but also the quality of not only your rooms, but everything you experience. And I think that's what draws our guests to be repeat guests, because whether you switch from Punta Cana to Riviera Maya or to Cabo, the destination changes, the ambiance changes because our hotels take on the destination, but the quality standard remains the same. The service with a smile, the personality from our bartenders, and then that fun. So I think all those things combined, your expectations are always high. So we always have to deliver on that.
You talk about fun, but fun's really hard right now, especially how complicated travel is. People the travel restrictions and quarantines are ever changing. How can travelers really rest easy when they travel? What can they do as far as preparation or communicating?
I think the biggest thing, all of our hotel websites, especially our Hard Rock hotels, we use Hard Rock International Safe and Sound program. So we have our own safety protocols, new cleaning guidelines, and then obviously COVID policies. So, and those are consistent across the brand worldwide. So whether you go stay at Hard Rock Tulsa or Hard Rock Riviera Maya, your expectations for clean facilities and protection for not only the guests, but also the employees is at a high standard. Yeah. So we take care of that. But once you check in, we still want you to have a vacation experience. We're not trying to water down the vacation experience. We're opening as many facilities as we can safely, especially for the kids. The little kids want those slides to go down, the kids club to play at. And adults want a good time too. So that can mean bring back the live music. Like you said, bring back the concerts.
Yeah.
In Punta Cana, our casino is open. The golf courses are open. We have the lazy river and now a new water park. So I think there's a way to have fun and a way to have fun safely moving forward. So I think we're all going to be in a new place of just being more conscious.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been on a cleaner plane in my life.
Yeah.
And pandemic or no pandemic, I hope all that continues.
Yeah.
And this just raises the standards for everyone.
Well, I will correct you. Adults do want the water slides to be open as well. We do like but yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I've never been more clean in my life. I've never walked around with hand sanitizer. I've never had a backup pocket of handy wipes. And it's fun looking around and saying like, oh my goodness, everyone's partnering up with a cleaning supply, Lysol or whatever. So it's really, it feels better. It feels like this is going to be an ongoing trend. And I think it's a trend that's going to stay for a long time.
I mean, even the QR code thing.
Yeah.
Like, that was foreign to me, minus, you occasionally use them for business cards. Now,
Brilliant.
I don't think we'll ever see another paper menu in our life.
Brilliant. So, we talk about the innovations like the QR codes and then safety and sanitation. But is there any other thing from the pandemic that you were really thankful, or something that just came out of the pandemic that was just like, you know what, that was a good idea, stem from that?
So what we did in 2020, in the height of what you probably remember as everyone's cancellations, rebookings, travel vouchers being issued, we actually created a marketing campaign. Maybe one of the craziest things we've ever done. At the time, nobody thought it would work. We created a Save Now, Travel Later campaign that was sold through travel agents to our consumers. Basically, if you remember like Takeout Tuesdays or Takeout Thursdays when American Express would focus on small businesses, we wanted to bring the travel industry to light. That it was one of the hardest hit by the pandemic, and travel will be back. The borders will be open. The hotels will be open. And we offered an opportunity for travel agents to sell vouchers for future travel at a guaranteed rate. So it was an amazing deal. The consumers had easy terms on it. And the way to support your small business travel agent community was to promise to travel in the future. And they did. And they did in crazy amounts. Let's just say over millions.
Wow.
This is in the height of a pandemic where people were just canceling left and right. Our agents were selling our destinations and our hotels with confidence.
That's wonderful. And that's what it is. Crisis is the true revealer of how people will respond in difficult or challenging times. And when you can see innovation, when you can see creativity, this is what really stems success. And I'm really proud of AIC Travel Hotel Group being able to recognize who their core market is and being able to support them as being the travel advisors. I always ask this for travel professionals because they always have the best tips. But now that the relaxations of borders, quarantines are getting reduced, where do you want to travel next, Luke?
So my next trip is actually in March to Punta Cana.
Are you really?
Yeah, and then May 1st, we actually have our 3 years in the making travel agent awards. So we honor our partners who book a certain amount of rooms per year, and it's literally been 3 years in the making. So I thought 2019, when we combined it with the grand opening of Los Cabos, which to this day is still my favorite memory, with Enrique Iglesias and Lil Jon. And so when we open hotels, because we're Hard Rock, we smash guitars. That's just how we do it. And we opened it to employees, so I actually got to do it. I still have the guitar at home. It was a fantastic moment, but I think 3 years in the making, I can't imagine Punta Cana won't be that much elevated and even more fun.
Awesome. That's so awesome. I mean, I'm hoping maybe if wedding brides are interested in smashing some guitars, you guys make it happen.
And I think for me personally, aside from me, living in the Caribbean and Mexico, I'm going to have an opportunity to go to Portugal this year, and I've never been. So
wow.
It's an exciting new opportunity.
Oh, you're going to have a great time, dude. Cascais and Estoril are some great places. Thank you so much for being on the show and really kind of, opening our eyes to romance travel and destination weddings. A lot of people don't realize that travel is back. And, because of this market, the travel industry in North America was able to survive. But with that said, Luke, is there any other last minute tips or advice that you want to share with the viewers before you head out?
I mean, I think the biggest thing we all learned during this pandemic is that partnerships matter, and talking to a human being matters. You can buy your dog food on Amazon. You can buy your T-shirts on Macy's.com or whatever it is, but you're making an investment in tourism and travel for you and your family or your destination wedding. Please find a travel professional, someone that knows what they're doing, is going to help you from start to finish and even thereafter. It makes sense. They have those relationships. We're seeing airlines do crazy things, and trust me, you don't want to be on hold for 7 hours with anybody. That's my 2 cents.
I love it. I love it so much, Luke. Thank you again for being here. I really appreciate your time. I know you're always on the road, but we'll definitely have to have you on the show again to give us an update on what's going on in the market.
Sounds great. Thanks, Alvin.
No worries. Oh, man. So after a year of lockdown and saving dream dates, wedding season is back in full swing. As the pandemic dissipates, couples are still seeing the effects of the pandemic seep into their timelines. Fortunately, brands like AIC Hotel Group and their wonderful groups division and their award-winning service and properties can help alleviate all of your worries. We know how challenging planning and coordinating can be on any bride, and we are really happy to partner with such amazing partners who not only serve our clients, but who also understand the importance of this joyous occasion. And with all the new considerations that a couple must go through, travel planning should not be one of them. Always use a travel advisor to help manage your party's needs and allow you to enjoy your special occasion. But thank you again for all of our viewers who were able to spend a few minutes of their day to learn more about the travel industry. I was really flattered to find out that we have over 12,000 followers of this show, and I cannot thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the support. I truly appreciate all of you, and I hope I can be some sort of inspiration in all of your lives. Also, don't forget to catch our show. It's every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Pacific Time or 3 p.m. East Coast time on PHLV Radio, and it's available on any platform you listen to. You can also catch us on PHLV Radio app, which is available on all iOS and Apple devices. If you're looking to travel now, please and experience the world, you can reach out to our award-winning travel agency, TravelWise International, by visiting www.itravelwise.com. Thank you to all of our viewers and listeners who have been able to join us on today's show. Until next time, smart people travel wise.
Are you ready to travel? We got all the travel buzz here on Smart People Travel Wise with Alvin Adriano on PHLV Radio.
This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.